Okay, I'm going to take you through a special practice for Samhain, Halloween, Black Widow movement. This is going to be a fluid practice. We're going to do a lot of flowing, a lot of hip circles, a lot of shoulder circles. So find a space where you are comfortable getting free inside of your body. And if you like, turn on some fun background music. So roll out your mat, come to a comfortable seat, pull your shoulders back, start to roll your shoulders. Lift the shoulders up to your ears, inhale. Exhale, drop your shoulders down. Lift your shoulders up to your ears, inhale, drop your shoulders down. Take your arms, reach all the way up over your head. Bring your fingertips together and lean over to your left. Turn your head up, look toward the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to your right. Inhale to center. Lift your shoulders up as high as you can, and then exhale, bring your fingertips down to the earth. Good, change the crossing of the legs. Do the same thing with the legs, cross the other way. Lift the shoulders up, inhale. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Bring the arms all the way up over the head. Hands come together, palms touch. Lean over to your left. Rotate the body just a little bit. Look toward the sky. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to your right. Shift the body a little bit. Look toward the sky. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the arms. We're going to come into my favorite Sufi rolls. So place the hands on your knees. Use your hands kind of like as a little anchor. And begin to rotate the torso slowly. Notice what is going on for you in your body. You're going to do big circles. Move slowly and consciously. And if you feel any tension or pain, pause in those spots. Okay, so my back is pretty tight from doing a lot of Black Widow moves, some martial art moves. So when I notice areas where there's tension, I'm going to pause and breathe into that area. So send your breath into your lower back and your hips, your spine, anywhere where you have a little tension or pain. Continue circling, deepen your breath. Exhale as loudly and deeply as you can. Continue moving in those circles. Breathe in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. As you move, bring your awareness to the center of your head. The center of your head. Breathe in to the center of your head and exhale out through the center of your head. As you bring the breath in, gently use the breath as a guide to wash away any thoughts that you have, any limiting beliefs that are there. And I invite you to bring the breath into the head and invoke the image of the full moon. Invoke the image of the full moon in your head and notice what are the qualities of the moon. The moon is bright and white, and we can see it in contrast to the night sky. The moon is always there, but we can only see the moon when the earth is dark. And it is in this contrast that we are able to see what is present. Without contrast, without darkness, we can't see the brightness of the moon. So we embrace both the dark and the light, and we recognize that the dark and the light are one universal presence, one energetic presence that exists in our consciousness and in the world consciousness around this. And let's change directions. Move your body the opposite direction. And this time move a little faster. As you move, when you go back, you're rounding the spine. You go over to one side, you're lengthening from the hip all the way up through the armpit. As you come forward, lift the chin just a little bit, stretching through the neck. Deepen your breath. And again, keep your awareness in the center of your head. The center of your head. Visualize in your mind's eye the full bright moon and feel your connection to the moon. We as women are connected deeply with the moon. Our moon cycles often sync up with the phases of the moon. And as there is a full moon, it is a time to acknowledge how full you are. Acknowledge all of the gifts that you bring to the table, especially during this time of year. As we are transitioning completely out of summer and into fall, and the days are getting shorter, notice what you bring to the table in your life. How do you create fullness for yourself and the world around you? And celebrate that. Celebrate all of the traits that you bring as a woman, living fully embodied in the spirit, fully embodied in the breath. And come back to center. And place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Just gently rock from side to side. So gently rock from side to side. And imagine that you are in the ocean. And you are guided by the full moon. And you embrace your waves. You embrace all of the fluctuations of your mood that you experience. And you know that these mood swings and changes are natural and in harmony with the moon and the elements and the water, and in harmony with what it is to be a woman that is fully alive. Fully alive. Feel your aliveness. And breathe in. And exhale. Okay. Let's come onto all fours on your hands and knees. So come into tabletop position. Just move that back a little bit. There we go. All right, tabletop. Spread your fingertips wide apart. Knees are hip width apart. You're gonna arch your lower back. Let your tailbone lift up to the sky. Gently rock your hips from side to side. Lift the chin up and start to rock from side to side. As you move to one side, press your hip as far to the left as you can and drop your head down to the earth. Lengthen from the back of the head all the way out to the tailbone. Gently shake out your head. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, rock over to the right. Head drops down. Push through your right hip. Feel that stretch from your IT band all the way into your hip socket. Inhale, come back to center. And just again rock side to side. As you rock, stretch from your armpit all the way out to your hip. And then shift sides, right side, hip reaches out. Stretch from your right wrist all the way down through your right hip. Drop the head down. Inhale, come back to center. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, shake out your head. Inhale, fill up your lungs with breath. Exhale, lion's roar, let it out. Inhale, fill up your lungs with breath. Exhale, lion's roar, let it out. And come onto your hands and knees. Press back into child's pose. Hips reach all the way back. Fingertips stretch long. Slowly inhale, roll up onto your hands and knees. Roll your shoulders back. Take your left foot and step forward. Come into a low lunge. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Palms touch. Come into a deep spinal twist. Press into your back toes and then lift your back knee all the way off the ground. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And then press firmly into your big toe mound of your left foot. Bring your right fingertips down to the earth. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Big twist. That's it. Great. Inhale, come back to center. Hands back to prayer. All the way back to center. Back knee drops down. Inhale, arms reach up. Arch back. Fingertips spread wide, heart opens. Inhale, bring your hands to the earth. Lift your back knee up. Step back into plank. Hold plank. Pull your belly in. Slowly lower all the way down. Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the heart and chest. Exhale, lower the nose back to the earth. Press into push-up position. Downward facing dog. Gently shake out your head again. Step your right foot forward this time between your hands. Inhale, arms come up. Hands come to your heart. You're going to twist your left elbow to the outside of your right leg this time. Twisting prayer. So I'm turning my back to you. Big twist. Press deep into your back toes. Lift the back knee. We're going to come into a deeper twist. So left hand comes down to the ground. Right arm reaches all the way up. Inhale to unwind. Back knee comes back down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back into plank. Hold plank. Okay? Now we're going to do a little twisting from side to side. So you're holding plank. You're going to shift over to your right arm. Left arm reaches up. And you're holding here. Press into all 5 fingers of your right hand and lift your left leg up. That's it. Lift. Good. Now take your left knee. You're going to bring it up towards your left armpit and then bring it back out. Left knee comes up towards your armpit and back out. And one more time. Left knee towards your armpit and back out. Great. Hands come to the earth. Shift to plank. Slowly lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shake out the head. Whew. And we're going to do that same motion on the other side. So we're going to do your left hand. Okay. Side plank. You press into your left fingertips. Stacking the feet on top of each other. Right arm reaches up. Right leg lifts. Right knee comes up to your right armpit and then all the way back out. Right knee up to your right armpit, all the way back out. Right knee up to your right armpit, all the way back out. Come back into plank, holding plank. Take 3 full breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Slowly lower, chaturanga. All the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. And then exhale, press back to your hands and knees. And come into child's pose. Rest in child's pose, 5 breaths. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up to hero's pose. Take the shoulders, roll them back. Hands come to your heart. Close your eyes. Envision the full moon in the center of your heart. Feeling the presence of the moon and the energy that it provides for us. Let's come up onto our feet. So on your feet, bring your feet wide apart. wider than your hip width, and just begin to move your hips from side to side, shifting from side to side. So let go of any preconceived notions of what yoga is. Often we are taught to move in a very linear fashion, but with it being the full moon and Samhain, I want you to begin to move your hips. Just move your hips as much as you can. Imagine that there is water, well, there is water inside your hips, and your hips begin to flow freely. So flow as much as you can, and let's get down really low. Whoa, almost burnt my butt. Let's get down really low and shift from side to side. Shift from side to side. Feel the earth with your fingertips, and feel the earth pressing into your feet, and your feet pressing into the earth. And just keep the fingers on the ground and move your hips in as big of circles as you can. Both hips move at the same time. And now just move only one hip. Only one hip. Move your left hip. Move it in a big circle and change directions. Just move both hips in the opposite direction, circling round and round. And now move only your right hip, just your right hip, as much as you can. Good. Move the right hip. Now inhale, bring your legs wide. Bring your arms up to the sky. Tuck your tailbone under and pull your belly in. We're gonna do little squats. I want you to move up and down as you squat. Go as low as you can. And as you're moving, imagine that you are holding the moon energy inside of your body. You are connected with the forces of nature, and you are strong and resilient, and you honor your phases. You honor your moon phases. Good. Now bring your hands to your hips. Now you move just the hips in big circles. Circle your hips. Circle your hips. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into your hips. And change directions. Move the opposite way. As you move in the hips, notice where you have any tension in the body, and then move the muscles in that direction of the tension so that you are extending the elasticity of the muscle. Get into your hips. Get into your hips. Move. Circle as big as you can. Try to move in as many different positions as you can. Okay? Move in as many different positions as you can. Letting go of any preconceived notions of how the body is supposed to move. And imagine that you're like massaging your body from the inside. So you're waking up to move in a different way, to train the neuromuscular system to be more fluid, to be more fluid. Good. And breathe in, breathe in. Now try not to copy my movements, but rather I want you to think about moving in as many circles as you can. So what parts of your body need to move in a more fluid motion? And circle your arms. Circle your arms. Circle your knees. Circle your hips. Circle your shoulders and your knees. Circle your wrists. Circle your head. Circle your upper body. Move, and then move in circles on the ground. Move in circles on the ground. And you can even get low to the ground and move just the hips in circles. And breathe into the openness in your hips. Breathe into the openness in your hips. Circle the head. And breathe deep. Feel the rhythm and flow of your breath. As you move quicker, the breath gets shorter. Try to make the breath longer through the quickness. Good. Come back onto your butt. Onto your butt. Bring your hands behind you. And just move the legs side to side. So you're just shifting side to side. Side to side. We're going to get into our Black Widow abdominal exercise. So rock back onto your fingers. And I want you to extend your right leg straight out. Point your toe. Left knee comes in to your left armpit. And then you bicycle the legs. We start off with this kind of traditional bicycle. But then I want you to make it as fluid as you can. Okay? So invoking the moon element of this lunar energy. And as you move, explore where your legs can move in space as if you were floating in the ocean like seaweed. And if you were seaweed in the ocean, your arms would explore the water and your legs would stretch out and challenge yourself to wake up new muscles in your abdominal area and your hips and your neck and your fingers. And don't stop. Keep bicycling in as many directions as you can. As you can. Good. And then bring both knees to the chest. Come all the way up. Bring the knees in tight and hold here. Hold here. Point the toes, lift the legs up. Lengthen the spine. And then hold the fingertips out wide if you can. Try to keep that spine long. And then slowly lower all the way onto your back. And rest for Shavasana. Close your eyes. Shake everything out. Shake out the head. Shake out the whole body. Surrender all work into the earth.